I'll miss you.
You descend into the ancient winding streets of Ukaizo. Battered by storms for thousands of years, the ruins bear the marks of their role as the lone witnesses of the god's great secret at the center of the city. The houses and boulevards are pierced by great spears of luminous Audra. There are no ashen bodies, no birds, no sign or sound of any life. As you approach the center of the city, the weathered architecture gives way to more luminous Audra piercing the ruins. An immense Anguithan machine floats above the monument, suspended by invisible energy emanating from a well of light beneath it. The only safe route to the god is a steep ascent along a monstrous pillar of luminous Audra.
Strange to see Ukaizo in this way. It may be hard to picture, but this city was once full of life. The Huana, yes, but also kith from many other cultures. Great hanging trees shadowed these boulevards. Gardens sprawled across the open rooftops. Each spring, a festival procession would wind its way from the hillside into this valley. The celebrants would pass through a steep walk among the stalls of foreign merchants, flowers falling upon them from all sides. All people of all nations, together in a celebration of new life. Such was the power and beauty of lost Ukaizo.
Been a while, old friend.
Widewin, I did not think to see you here. But few things go as expected when the Watcher is involved. We were a good team, once. But this isn't what we fought for. Ain't you just burning the harvest because you planted the wrong seeds? An astute observation, old friend. Consider instead that I am giving the soil back to those who till it. Spring must always follow winter. As long as there are people committed to finding the other side of change, the agony will not last. But thank you for challenging me as you did in fairer times. I haven't forgotten the lesson we strove to impart. You're welcome, I suppose.
Mighty One, I once desired to return that power and beauty to the Huana. Now I wish only for the tribes to find it themselves. If not here, then elsewhere. Was I wrong? Have I failed them?
Tekehu, the gods have already decided so much of your life. I would not shape what remains of it. You know how your people could benefit from your help. You have also come to see that this life is yours to live as you choose. Deciding what course to take is not easy. But if you do not choose, your life may pass you by as you stand at the crossroads. But what of you, Watcher? Why have you followed me? Have you come to bear witness to the breaking of the wheel?
Captain, we did not sail to beloved Ukaizo to lay waste to Eora, did we?
No. This is Rimrgand's doing. You cannot believe this is what is best for us, Watcher. Why would you ask me to do such a thing? Even Rimrgand is not so hateful that he would give such a reason. No, Watcher. I will not succumb to despair. I will not let you corrupt my purpose for being here. Indulge me in a moment's curiosity. Very well. You have carried a heavy burden across the DEADFIRE, Watcher. Before I go, I would rid you of it. You are free now, as free as any of us can be. Many will come to you for help in the years ahead. Animancers, priests, even the gods themselves. I have great hope for you, but always remember that your future is for you to decide. Use...
Eotос squares himself to the machine. As you move to a safe distance, you perceive the presence of another colossal gathering of soul essence nearby, and recall the agreement you reached with Wal. He returns to his task, each strike bringing with it the sound of cracking stone and twisting metal, the flickering of luminous Adra across Ukaizo. Cracks appear along the hands, then race up the arms. Eotос does not slow his assault, but continues unabated. Its brass rings twisted. The machine spins erratically but withstands the relentless barrage. Eotос stands astride it and pummels the base of the machine. Soul energy begins to flare out from the machine's heart, warping the air with the intense heat. Eotos drives his right fist into the machine's center, the core of metal and Adra. The god lets out a deafening shout, something between a cry of anguish and a roar of exultation. You see Eotos's arm shatter upward from his hand through his elbow. A flash of light and heat bursts from the core, accompanied by a cacophony of destruction. The moment passes as Eotos's shout echoes throughout the valley. Your eyes begin to recover. The god's work is accomplished. The great machine of Ukaizo has been destroyed. The wheel has been unmade. As Eotos's voice fades, the enormity of what you've accomplished sinks in. You have confronted a god. You have rediscovered the ancient city where the wheel was forged, and you have seen the wheel shattered. What comes next is uncertain, but already the legend spreads of the Watcher who survived Andra's mortar and stood toe-to-toe with Eotос. Unfortunately, your legend will not last very long. The doubt you have planted in Eotos is a relentless force. To have come so far and hoped so boldly in the valor of Kith, only to have those hopes rebuked. It is too much, even for a god. This doubt festers within Eotos. As he reaches beyond the wreckage of the wheel, it passes from him to the luminous Adra beneath. The entire world trembles as the Adra at its core splinters. Waves drown the coast. The earth splits and swallows cities. Luminous Adra dims, and the gods fall silent. The real destruction, however, begins in the hours and days that follow. The death of Aora begins with the small things. Grass and insects, all the tiny lives that are hardly missed until they are gone. But in the shadow of each death is another. Grain withers on the stalk, cattle choke on dust, nations starve too quickly to make war, and what dies does not come back. The bones of Aora's dead sink into the soil, and their untethered souls leach into the in-between. The world ends as others have begun, a lifeless rock in a cloud of essence.